So the DoorDash in Seattle, I'm going to put the two DoorDash links because they go to DoorDash.com, their website, how they do their newsletter thing, where they keep you updated on stuff. So one's on the Seattle thing about how like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how expensive this market is and blah, blah, blah. The thing I was talking about with the 14-day notice, it's all up on there and their kind of wording. But I did want to go through this. This is actually important because I saw this up there and I was like, wait a minute. Because this is the kind of stuff I watch for on the DoorDash page. I watch for on all news, but I really watch for on these pages because they're talking about a piece of legislation on a federal level that I'm actually behind. But if you don't watch it, this is how slippery it can get. So a welcome step by Congress to help unlock benefits to Dashers. First of all, what? A welcome step by Congress. DoorDash, you pay lobbyists more than any other company I know of currently to fight Congress in every state and on the national stage every single day. So what do you mean a welcome step by Congress? You don't have a welcome step by Congress. You have no in with them. You have no connection with them. You are in a constant fight. You're in lawsuits with the FTC. You're under a RICO investigation. You're being sued in multiple countries. You just acquired a losing Deliveroo in Europe, $3 billion for a failing food delivery platform in Europe that Uber wouldn't pay $1.7 billion for the year before and was trying to acquire it. But they did a breakdown, said, no, it ain't worth that. It's barely worth 1.7. So they offered them like 1.6 last year. And Deliveroo is the company. They turned them down. Or Uber or Deliveroo said, we can't do it for that. And Uber said, we ain't worth more than that. After that deal fell through, they've only fell in their volume, just like the United States and everywhere else. Food delivery is falling everywhere. And we all knew that was coming. But then DoorDash walks in and they buy them. Hey, we'll buy you for $3 billion. They didn't even debate it. And I'm not laughing at them. Here's the strategy and here's why. If you don't notice, Uber's worldwide. They're not only are they global, they're in like almost every country. DoorDash is in Australia, Canada, here, maybe a couple others, but Deliveroo is in a lot of Europe. They're trying to get that footprint now because trust me, they know that on the federal or state stages, they might be shutting down some states. Guys, I've talked to enough people. This is very real. It might seem very odd to you, and a lot of you might say, great, it might open up opportunities for smaller companies. We did see this happen in Austin. It didn't work for smaller companies. They told the rideshare companies to leave. They had 3 startups already there. None of the startups could make it without the giants, and they all failed. A year later, the city of Austin begged Uber and Lyft to come back to their city. When people say, well, a lot of times they get threatened and they say they'll leave, but they won't. The only time that they've been pushed to the limit was in Austin. I mean, California went to the 11th hour, but California folded and let them. I mean, again, it wasn't them that folded. It's California. But in Austin, they didn't fold. And Uber and Lyft, what'd they do? They literally turned the power off at midnight. Said, we're done. And they disrupted for almost a year. And then they were begged to come back. Like, I'm sure they were like, give us some kickbacks. We want this, that, and the other. We want some rights. This is how stuff works. So a couple of weeks ago, Bill Cassidy from Louisiana, Rand Paul from Kentucky, and Tim Scott from South Carolina passing the Benefits for Independent Workers Act on a national level through the Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee. And they got it through. This is on DoorDash.com. This is in their about.DoorDash.com. But it says, this is DoorDash. We support flexible portable benefit framework that protect Dasher independence while helping them get access to critical benefits from health, vision, dental, to retirement savings and emergency funds. This bill makes it easier for states, start paying attention to the words, for states to establish their own portable benefits policy that can strengthen and improve independent work. So far, we've partnered, and they've already partnered up with 3. Pennsylvania, Georgia, we already knew about, and Maryland, we already knew about. I knew Pennsylvania, they were working on it, but they're partnered up with them too. So Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Maryland to launch the first of their kind pilots to test the portable benefits program for Dash. You guys aren't screwed for life, but you're temporarily screwed because you allowed portable benefits to come in as a replacement for, at least temporarily, as a replacement for transparency and removal of metrics. And again, it sucks to know about Maryland. I already knew it, but it sucks because we actually have great legal connections in Maryland, great ones, who actually now we're talking to them. At least we're still talking to them. If you live in Maryland, don't give up. If you're a Baltimore person or whatever, don't give up. There's a push that can happen before the November 2026 election to revamp this. I don't know about in Georgia, and I have no idea about in Pennsylvania. But the problem is that now you've signed on for these. Again, the portable benefits is going to be applied to all the states and let the states run with it as they will. My thing is, states get your states locked down first for transparency and removal of driver metrics. Have that happen, and then let the portable benefits come in, because they're going to come to every state anyway in the same form. It's not like this state's going to get a better one. This on a federal level, they have to disperse it evenly. So it's already going to get kicked through. We're all going to get it. So you need to let the lawmakers know. No, that's not a dealing point with DoorDash, because that's how they went to these states, as if like, well, we'll do these portable benefits with you. Well, 2 weeks ago was when these three announced it, but we knew that this has been in talks for a while. DoorDash had Georgia and Maryland locked down on this 8 months ago. To me, that's a scam. They knew this was coming on a federal level, and they played this as like assets they were trading. Well, we'll give the driver portable benefits. Little do you know that everybody in the country is going to get portable benefits when this gets kicked through. Why is it on the DoorDash page? Why are they talking happy about it? Why are they so happy about the program? Because it could have been, hey, we need transparency and this, but instead they got locked into a deal about this. And this isn't a deal. This is something that's going to be umbrella applied to every one of us anyway. These are the kind of things that I used to not know, and I'd be like, what the hell is going on, dude? And additionally, lawmakers in Wisconsin recently sent a bipartisan bill to the governor's desk that would create a first-of-its-kind portable benefits program for app-based workers like Dashers, but outdated federal law, unnecessarily difficult for companies and states to provide. That's what they're singing that song. See, Wisconsin didn't get it because of federal law. Yeah, outdated federal law that in about 2 months is getting revised, and we already have it, and we can all search the document. I can post it in this video after. You can read it. The one that Bill Cassidy and Tim Scott and Rand Paul wrote. That's already done. It's not in the works. They finished it. So they're saying, yeah, there's a super outdated. Yeah, there's also a super outdated Labor Act, the Fair Labor Standards Act. That hasn't been really revised in 85 years. They're all outdated. Are you kidding? We're in a technology and AI age. Continued interest from pragmatic lawmakers shows that portable benefits are a meaningful solution to a problem of outdated policy. We look forward to working with policymakers to make them a reality for millions of Dashers. So nice of them to say that they're going to make it a reality for you Dashers, when really the Fed is going to say, no, we're making you give them benefits. You didn't decide to do nothing. We're making you do it. I mean, they could sing and dance about it if they weren't hiding some things behind it. I would get that. Like, oh, let's just play it to our advantage. Just like Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm and DoorDash team up for $250,000 worth of free advertising for 2 weeks. And yet, I don't know a single person that's seen a Mattress Firm offer on DoorDash.